Where is she?
Come on, we're going back.
Hey! Would you wake up already?
What? We there?
No, but you're freezing in your sleep again.
All clear.
It's like an iron maze down here.
Ah, I believe that's the sound of your cavalry.
What's happening?
I don't know. The engines are freezing.
Iceman, we need a landing strip now.
Already on it.
Impressive, Bobby. I didn't know you had it in you.
I'm not usually around this much water. Win! I'm just trying to survive. I hate this program. We need to have a little talk with Forge.
Can you at least get me to that turret?
Finally, a plan.
No, go left. Bobby! Oh, watch it!
Just jump! Have you totally lost it? What are you doing? Angel's one of us! All right, Forge, if that's who you really are, what did I have for breakfast yesterday? Sorry, he was starting to wake up. Hey!
Iceman, finish this!
Awesome!
Make the call, Logan.
She can't stop. You have to remove her.
Sorry, Bobby. Gotta borrow some ice.
What's going on, guys? Bart here with Tully Television, and today we're going to be getting into a comic book review. But before we get into that, I want to thank all of you, my returning viewers, any new viewers. I hope that today is the day that I earn that subscription. You hit that red subscribe bar down below. I hope that we can succeed in our mission in entertaining you in some sort of way today. But like I said, we're getting into the Astonishing Iceman from the X-Men, and it falls under the Fall of X storyline that's currently going on. This is written by Steve Orlando. Artist is Vincenzo Caratu. Cover artist is Scotty Young. Colorist is Javi Tartagalli as the colorist. Now, if you're unfamiliar with what's going on in the X-Men books currently, I'll try to summarize it as best as I can. Orchis had attacked Krakoa during the Hellfire Gala, and they basically wiped out the X-Men team that was newly elected, had made Professor Xavier send a bunch of mutants somewhere else where no one knows where they are. And the mutants, any surviving mutants are scattered all over the place. Some places we know, some we don't. Like Cyclops is currently paralyzed, and he's in the hands of Orchis. And we're going to be getting into Nightcrawler's stories soon. That's tying into the Fall of X. That comes out in November. But I figured we'll get in on this Astonishing Iceman series, which is going to be 5 issues. It's part 1 is entitled Out Cold. And what happened to Bobby during the attack during the Hellfire Club was that Nimrod had set something off inside of his body to completely disperse him, and disperse him so plainly that he was not able to reassemble himself at all. And that's where we last seen Bobby. But as we could tell with this first page here, there's various sightings of Bobby, Iceman, and people are not sure if it's the real Iceman, a fake one, is he alive? And at this point, it's been a couple weeks since the attack on the mutants. Now, what Orchis has been saying is that the mutants of Krakoa had attacked humans, and through the drugs and different things that they were offering the people of Earth. And that's not exactly how it went down. It's Orchis pulling the string for the last 2 years behind the scenes, turning the people onto the mutants, and trying to get rid of the resurrection that they have, and basically just to wipe out all the mutants. And each person of Orchis has a various reason why they're doing this. But basically, Orchis is afraid that Bobby Drake is out there and that he'll be able to tell what's going on, the truth. But chances are no one's going to believe him. But what we do see here is these things... basically, these machines coming to life, these electronics coming to life, trying to track down people with the X gene. Now, and then basically Bobby had come to try to save the day. Now, the reason why some people who are not mutants have the X gene was because there's this thing called experience. That was like a drug, an inhalant that you can take and temporarily gain mutant powers. But what has happened is that it still resonates as an X gene that's in your blood. And that's the reason why these machines, these miniaturized sentinels, so to speak, are looking for this particular person out of the crowd because of having the X gene and him taking the drug prior. Iceman was able to save him and give him a little smooch before he was able to take off. If you're unaware, Iceman is a homosexual, and he just thought he'd be able to give a little smooch to somebody. And that's okay over here with us at Tully Television. If you're a dude that wants to smooch a dude, go right for it. It doesn't have to be my bag in order for it to be your bag, baby. This guy right here is going to be, I'm assuming, the immediate antagonist, so to speak, for Bobby. And when he found out that the plan in San Francisco didn't work out, he's warning his people that he doesn't want to call in this person called the Cleaner if he doesn't get good ideas. Then we pick up with Bobby in Antarctica here, and instead of calling it his place the Fortress of Solitude, this is the southern pole of inaccessibility, and Bobby seems to have come back here. This is where his fortress is at, so to speak. And this is how we find out when he enters and activates his friend Clyde here. Basically, Clyde is just a version of him that he created. You know what I mean? That looks like, kind of looks like the old school Bobby Drake from the early X-Men days. And he's telling him, like, how close it was for him to be falling apart out there. Like, it's difficult for him to hold his body together. And he's not sure how long it's gonna be. Like, each time it gets closer and closer, but he wants to defeat Orchis every chance he gets because of what they did to his friends and to him. And he's very thankful to the inhuman Romeo here because they were dating at one point, and Romeo had watched him die, and Romeo, being an empath, his feelings were so strong for Bobby that he was able to make Bobby come back through the sheer power of love, I guess, so to speak. But we really don't know how long something like this is going to last, how long Romeo can actually keep this going, because it seems like the Palace and Clyde and Bobby are all connected with also the level of feelings that Romeo has towards the person and situations. And so we have to keep in mind that it seems like this is a running clock for Bobby, and whether he comes out alive or not on the other end of this limited series is yet to be determined. I guess we'll find out more towards the end of the year when all these stories and one-shots and stuff start wrapping up and getting to see a clearer picture of how the X-Men can get out of this and the mutants. But who's to say they even will? This is only the beginning, so to speak. So I'm thinking that Bobby might be one of the few to really get offed here at the end of the story. But then again, there's never really any real deaths in comic books, is there, guys? I mean, the Miss Marvel thing should be proof enough. And when Bobby asks what Romeo's motivation is, like why he cares so much, It's because he's an inhuman, and if they're going after mutants and they're going after people who used to have the X gene because of the drug, and then they're going after them, and they're going after this one and that one and this one, when are they going to go after inhumans next, right? When are they going to be the next ones on the list? And, this is looking like the beginning of, Days of Future Past, where, there's concentration camps going on. We've seen in X-Men 25, where Kitty Pryde is going full Shadow Cat assassin. And we see here Bobby trying to do his best by himself. And Romeo trying to keep everything together, trying to keep everything going. So they're having a little tiff here about how important it is for both of them, and kind of realizing that this is going to be bigger than both of them put together. And near the end of this issue, we see Orchis basically realizing that they're not going to get to Bobby this in certain particular ways. So what they're going to do is they're going to hit some pressure points, and one of them is going to be his family. So Orchis shows up in Long Island and releases someone called Helium, the Unfreezable Man, because helium is lighter than air, and I guess doesn't have a freezing point. If I have any science guys or ladies in my audience here, let me know if that's true. I'm not too familiar with freezing points of certain things like this. But then on the last, and that's where we leave off the issue. And then the last page here is basically what they've been doing in some of the X-Men books, and a bunch of notes on how it all connects together with the power of the empath Romeo, and the connection between the Ice Palace and Bobby and Clyde, and it's all based off of emotion. And this is going to be kind of how the next issue looks. And that's it for the Astonishing Iceman #1. I enjoyed the issue enough. I have been an Iceman fan for a while. But the only thing astonishing is that he was able to come back to life, and that wasn't even due to himself. So it should be called the Astonishing Romeo and the Power of Love. I kid. I mean, hey, listen, Iceman is an Omega level mutant, and he can probably freeze the planet over and over and over and over again. So he can do astonishing things. I'm just joking, but I wish they would have picked something else to name it. I don't know, the Astonishing Iceman. How about the Igloo of Our Heart Iceman? No. That was lame. Bart. No, Bart. But you let me know down below if you liked this issue. I might finish this series off just to see where it goes. Because, like I said, I want to see how this ties into the Fall of X. I'm looking forward to Nightcrawler and his time underneath the Spider-Man suit when that comes out in November. So that kind of will be in one of the next titles I get to cover during this Fall of X story. But, yeah, that's it. The Astonishing Iceman. And until next time, peace, Nookums.
Everybody!